Hello Peaches! So today's video is going to be a little more serious, I guess, compared to most of my other videos. But I decided it was about time to make this video because over the last couple months I've been getting a lot of comments from you guys asking like, are you gay? Are you bi? What is going on in your head? And I have also been thinking a lot more about it here the last month at least. I've been thinking so much about it and actually come to a conclusion that I'm 100% certain of. I've been thinking about these things for years now, but now I finally know where I am, what I am, and who I am in a way. And instead of just saying just like what I am in a way, what my sexuality is and stuff, I decided to just tell you guys my story of like from when I started being a teenager and having all these kind of thoughts and wondering what I was up until now. So yeah, let's just start from the beginning, I guess. So yeah, teenage me, like I guess I was around 13, 14 when my classmates started to, you know, talk a lot about boys and been wanting to get boyfriends and flirt with the guys. I just never wanted to do it. It just seemed boring to me. It's not because I was grossed out by it and grossed out by guys or the whole idea about a boyfriend and stuff like that. Not at all. I just didn't want to talk about it because I thought it was boring as fuck, and maybe it's just because I wasn't mature as they were. I've always been pretty damn childish and I still am. So maybe I just was, at that point I was still kind of a child just wanting to talk about random videos on the internet and stuff like that. So when all the girls in my class and my friends started talking about boys and stuff, I was just like, oh, it's boring. And then when I was 16 I went to 10th grade on another school, and that was kind of the point where I started really not getting interested in guys. Like beforehand, when I was a small girl, like I liked the idea of one day getting married to a prince and all that kind of stuff, and getting a husband and children and all that nice things. I've always wanted that, and even when the girls in my class started talking about boys and I didn't want to, I still had that, like, I do want a husband someday, I do want my fairy tale thing going on. But when I was around 16, I completely did not care at all about those kind of things. Nope, I'm not going to have anything to do with anyone. So when I was around 16 and 17, I had like a year, I guess, there where I really seriously thought that I was asexual, just because I didn't really care for boys still. Like, I went to a whole new school where I met a bunch of new wonderful people, and the guys that I liked there, I didn't like them like that. I liked them as friends, and I had some really great friends, but I would never ever be able to see myself with any of them or anyone like them, and it really confused me a lot. Like, here I was with these really nice people, these really nice guys, and they were amazing, perfect personalities, but I didn't want them like to be my boyfriends and stuff, and it just confused me a lot. And I think that's maybe why I just wasn't ready for it, and it just confused me and made me think that I was asexual because I didn't want anything to do with them or anyone at that time. Even my childhood dream of having a husband and all that kind of stuff, I didn't want that really at that point in my life. I just kept my distance from all those kind of things, which was pretty difficult at that time because it just started getting worse with my friends wanting that. Like, you know, they started at 14, it just gets worse and worse, and they started having boyfriends and stuff like that, and it was just difficult for me to not want that, but I still want to be a part of it in a way, and I wanted a boyfriend, but not because I wanted it, but just because it would be easier if I was normal in a way, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I had about a year where I was like, no thanks, nothing, no guys, no girls, just nothing at all. And then I slowly started like actually wanting a boyfriend. And that confused me a lot as well. It's not because I met anyone at that time that I was in love with or anything, but I just started liking the idea of having a boyfriend. So I think that it's just because I wasn't mature enough before. You know, people mature differently. I was just very late on that kind of subject of a boyfriend, I guess, than most people are. It wasn't until I was like 18 or 19 that I actually wanted a boyfriend. And even at that time, I knew that if I actually found a guy that I liked, then I wouldn't do anything about it, because I was going through a lot there as well. These last years of my life have been absolute hell. I don't know, especially when I was 18 or 19, kind of around that time I got my diagnosis, schizophrenia, so I had a lot of things going on. I need to find myself and kind of learn to work with my mind as it is now. I never had a boyfriend until I was 20 years old, actually. I never had anything to do, I never kissed anyone, I never had sex with anyone until I was 20, so that was also kind of weird, you know, because on one hand I was comfortable with not having a boyfriend, I was really happy with it, it was perfect for me, but because everyone else was doing it and everyone else was in relationships and stuff, it just clashed in a way. It was so confusing for me. And also back then, when I began wanting a boyfriend again, or like liking the idea of having a boyfriend when I was ready, I also kind of started thinking about if it should be a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And I didn't think much about it back then. There are many reasons, I think, and I have no idea what all of them are, because I don't know, I'm not good with my feelings, I don't know what's going on. But I think part of it is maybe because my brother has always teased me about being a lesbian, even though I never been a lesbian. I never said to him I was, I never did anything that suggests I was. It's just because the way I look and dress and act. Sometimes, pretty often, I dress and I act kind of like a stereotypical lesbian. And he thought it was funny to make fun of, not in a mean way at all, because I laughed about it as well, and I still do when he does it, because it's still funny. And it's just jokes, and I know he doesn't mean any harm. But I think that that may have been part of the reason why I just never really thought about it too much, because I'm a very stubborn person, especially when it comes to my siblings, and especially my brother. I don't want them to be right, which is so stupid. So when he has always told me that, oh, you're lesbian, you look like a lesbian today, and stuff like that, I just automatically like think, no, I'm not a lesbian, because you say I am, so I'm not, in a way. You understand what I mean? And so I never thought about it too deeply. I've always considered the possibility. At that time I started doing that, I was also interested in guys as well. There have been some moments where I kind of felt like, what? Am I something else than straight or what? I was so confused, but I didn't want to think too much about it. I don't know why, and I also think, like, at that point I never had a boyfriend or a girlfriend, so I was just like, I don't think I can say anything about it until I tried something. So yeah, it kind of just kept myself from thinking anything until I've been out and trying it, because I thought that was how things were. Like, you don't know until you tried it, which I kind of now see is kind of bullshit, but I'll get into that later on when we move into the story a little bit more. So fast forward kind of like a year, 20-year-old me, and I fell in love for the first time, which is weird, and it was such a weird feeling. And I always talked about my boyfriend, and in some other videos. We got together when I was 20, and we were together for 4 months, and now we're not together anymore. We haven't been together for like a month now or something, and it's fine. It's not because any of this thing that I'm talking about today. It's some other things, and we're good, we're friends, it's all good, and probably also for the best. I see that now. But yeah, I had a boyfriend for about 4 months, and it was really great, and I tried all those things that I never tried when I was a teenager, and I kind of started understanding why all my girlfriends, all my friends, was so obsessed with guys and having a boyfriend, because it is nice. It's a really lovely feeling to have someone to have that kind of relationship with. So yeah, but that also made me stop thinking about what my sexuality was, because like as I said, I thought that once I got a boyfriend I would kind of think about it more, what I was, but I didn't. I just stopped thinking about it, because I was like, now I have a boyfriend, I must be straight, no need to think about it. So when we broke up like a month ago, I had been thinking like crazy ever since then. Like, my mind has just been exploding. I don't know what has been going on, because I thought that I was completely straight, but then when we broke up, all these thoughts just came again, the thoughts that I've been having before him, and that's when I realized that I am definitely bisexual. I don't want to say that I'm a lesbian at all, not at all, because I really enjoyed my relationship that I had with my boyfriend, and it was really nice and really fun, and I definitely want to do that again with another guy someday. But I also really like the idea of having a girlfriend. And the thing I said about, like, you have to try it before you know it, but I don't have to try it in a way. I don't need to try to be in a relationship with a girl, because it's so difficult to explain how you feel. Like, it's difficult to explain your feelings. But I can feel it, that I am attracted to girls that way, not just in a sexual way, but also in a kind of like romantic way, is that what's called, kind of like relationship way. I don't just want a sexual relationship with a girl. I also really want to have an actual relationship, just like I want that with a guy. Like, I want a real relationship and a sexual relationship with both of the things, even though I've only tried one of the things. I know that I also want to have that with girls. So yeah, you can say that it was probably for the best that we broke up, because I really needed this thinking. In the beginning, I was just like, what? We can't break up? What is this? But it didn't take me long actually to realize that it was probably for the best. And as I said, we're friends now. We talk and it's great. And it's given me time to think. And I really think it's important to give yourself time to think. And I didn't know that, because I didn't think I needed it beforehand, and I can see that now. I clearly did, even when I was with him. I should probably have taken some time to think. You know, when you're in love and it's just like, you don't really think about things. I feel like, I don't know, I've always beforehand, before I got a boyfriend, I always heard about people saying like, oh, when you're in love, you don't think about things, you get so blind and you do all these things that you probably shouldn't do. And I always thought that was stupid, and I was just like, that's a really, really dumb excuse for doing dumb shit. But now that I tried it myself, you know, you just heard me telling the story, like, I should really have thought about things before. Not that I regret us being together, not at all, because I also think that if we weren't together, I wouldn't know what I am today. I don't regret anything at all, also because we had a great time, so who cares? But yeah, I'm bisexual, definitely, 100%, and that's how it is, and I have accepted it 100%. It wasn't difficult for me to accept it at all, also because my parents and also my grandparents, everyone in my family has always told me and my brother and my sisters that if we're gay or bi or straight or trans or anything, they would still love us and they would do anything they can to help us with what we want help with. So I never was scared of telling my mom, even though I haven't told her, like, I told her that I thought I was bisexual, but I never told her that I actually am, and that I have found out that I am. I don't know if I should tell her, maybe. I know that people are going to accept this around me, like my friends and stuff, because I know a lot of people who are bi or gay or trans or whatever. Like, I know a lot of people who go through these things, and that has also definitely helped me a lot, is hanging out with these people who are so open about it. I have quite a few girls on Facebook that are my friends on Facebook and in real life that I have met quite a few times, some of them, that are bisexual, and those people have really helped me. If you're one of those people that, like, one of my friends in real life and Facebook that are bisexual, then thank you very much, because you have really helped me with dealing with this, because of the things that you have posted on Facebook and the things that we have talked about in real life. And yeah, that is the video. I hope every one of my friends and family watches this, so I don't have to explain it to them face to face, because I'm not good with feelings, I'm not good with talking seriously, I'm not good with explaining things like this. Like, I don't want to repeat myself. If you have any questions about this, please let me know down below. Press the like button if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well, and thank you for watching.